Hello there and welcome back to Metroid Dread. In the last video, we did a few more things. I don't remember... Obviously, we ended up with the wave beam. Prior to that, we got the cross bomb. And a screw attack. That's right, we did Frozen Arteria at the beginning. Now we are very well powered up. We're heading back up to Hanubia, since obviously the thing that was blocking our progress was a plasma beam door. Sorry, a wave beam door. Already mixing up my words, not even 2 minutes into the video. I'm excited though. We are nearing the end of the game, as I've been saying now for 2 videos. But in this video, we are going to get up to the final boss and then start exploring. I'm not certain how long this video is going to be. The last one was quite long, obviously, because I had 18 different clips that I used in addition to the main footage. And I way underestimated how much time those clips would be. I don't know how I underestimated that. Well, that was interesting. I didn't know you could break this right now. Basically, I don't know how I underestimated how long the clips would be, given that I knew... powerbomb blocks. Gotcha. I knew that I had recorded hours of footage, but I still did underestimate. Can I break that? No. By the way, I didn't do it before, but you can break these, like, generators on the wall. They will come back. Like, because they produce a robot and then it sits there until it's deployed. You can break it as soon as it appears. This is actually a phenomenal way to refill your health, but that's unnecessary. But, because there's going to be a lot of exploration. We're going to be going through and exploring the entire world and collecting all the items before we do the final boss fight. Basically, like, it might be kind of long and they're going to be rambly. It's part of why I'm recording this right now, because I just have a million thoughts in my head. Oh, we've alerted the Emmy. What does that mean? It means bad news. Oh, I love the music kicking in there. Samus seems to have absorbed the energy of the Emmy. Which is a new ability, although the game has repeatedly hinted at her hand. Trying to be efficient here. Wave beam increases our damage again, I believe. I should check that same document. Oh, I thought I'd get him before he'd do one blast. Got him before he did two. Oh shit, it's early again. And here I went out of my way to include a clip of me being early in the previous episode. Ooh, Now Samus drains the Chozo Soldier, the X, of their energy. Ooh, and gets a full refill in the process. God, this all happens so quickly as soon as you get back to Hanubia. Obviously, I'm not going to explain too much of what's happening, because they'll talk about it. What do we get? I wonder what it is. Power bombs. It's not like we've been seeing the blocks everywhere, and I've mentioned it repeatedly. Power bomb, a devastatingly powerful bomb with a large blast radius. While in morph ball form, hold R to charge and then press Y to set once fully charged. Setting a power bomb consumes power bomb ammo. The explosion can also destroy power bomb blocks. Obviously. And with that, we now have all of the upgrades to be found. Well, we now have all of the new items to be found on planet ZDR. Our Samus screen is now complete. Now we are able to do everything. Power bombs. As I said, don't know why I exited morph ball there. You hold R, lay a power bomb, big, devastatingly powerful explosion. Can vaporize humans instantly. Incinerate? I think Adam said incinerate in Other M. Like Other M, power bombs are the final item you get in the game. That's about the only comparison I can put to Other M. Well, that's not entirely true, because there's the energy parts and the melee stuff. Although I'm not sure. I don't actually think that Samus Returns borrowed that from Other M. I think that's more of a, like, odd way to explain that rather than it being actual inspiration. Yeah, Samus drained the power of the Central Unit from a distance and killed it. While this room exists and is even labeled Central Unit, the Emmy's dead. And the Central Unit is also dead. So yeah, you don't actually encounter the 7th Emmy normally. You only encounter it. It's bothering me that that's not revealed. You only encounter it in that cutscene. And as soon as it hits you with the powerbomb, it's a cutscene, even though it still looked like gameplay. I should use the powerbomb in the previous room. I always forget about powerbombs because I don't use them except for the 3 times you have to. I think it's 3. They're also great for revealing things like this. I'm trying to remember the best way to do this. I think it's actually to run from the right here, but it's too late for that. Oh. That's a one-way door. Yeah, that's totally the better way to do it. Huh. Ah! I thought I could build up speed before he did it. I just want to finish my thought first, though. God, what was I saying? I don't know. Whatever, we'll do this. I'll try to think while he's talking.
Uploading data.
Samus, you have manifested a new power. The speed with which you siphon energy is undoubtedly Metroid in nature. The Metroid DNA inside you must have fully awakened, no doubt as a result of the many battles you have fought on this mission. This tremendous power is the last thing you require to confront Ravenbeak. I have detected a fortress in the sky high above Hanubia. You must be there. The time has come. Samus, fulfill your destiny.
Ooh. Samus has awakened Metroid powers. This is something that I hope is expanded on the next game. So, when I was first trying to solve this puzzle, the speed booster blocks, I was very confused. Like, do I have to go all the way around? No. You can open... It's one-way door, but you can open it with the wave beam down here. What you want to do is better than what I just did there. What you want to do is not... God damn it. Basically that. What I think you want to do is build up speed, jump over here, bomb, and then ball spark down. Because once you break one of those blocks, it'll break all of them. So basically... that. It's not that hard. Powerbomb tank acquired, yeah! The mysterious items we were getting before, yeah, they were obviously powerbomb tanks. And we already have most of them. Or, no, we have 4 of the 13 of them. The maximum is 15, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I've gotten it, actually. Yeah, so we've done everything we can in this part. We can head over this way. And do... better than that. I'm gonna try to do it. I like to build up speed. No. I'm trying to be fancy, and it's costing me. Fuck. Oh my god. I'm apparently too tired for this. That. I like to do it in like one swift motion, but I really screwed that up. This right here. It's question mark, question mark, question mark. There's nothing we can do with that right now. But it's interesting that it actually gets a mention on the map. There actually used to be a crash in the game related to that object, that block. And by the way, this, I believe, is part of the elevator system that Samus took. No, actually, I believe this is the elevator that Samus took at the beginning of the game to get down to Arteria. Right here. And I believe if you compare the locations of the maps, it is a direct shot. And obviously, this is straight above Arteria. Comparing the doors makes it pretty clear that this is the same elevator. And that's really cool. Because you'd never notice that, obviously, otherwise. That was cool. I like how slick that was, just sliding in there. And I realized what I was talking about before was just that the scene with the Emmy looks like gameplay. I love them jumping around in the background. But as soon as you get hit by the powerbomb, it's a cutscene. I remember because I always skip it. We are about to do, by the way, the last Chozo soldier encounter. I don't remember how many in the game you fight. It's like 6 or 7. It's quite a lot. I think it's fun because they do change over time, but I know some people are annoyed by it. Ooh, it's a cool pose. Elite Chozo Soldier is what this one's called. It has a shield, just like the last 2 we fought. But it is different. The shield is entirely immune to damage. It cannot be broken with missiles. The only way to break it is... oh, come on, do the thing, bro. Now he's gonna do it. You grab it with a grapple beam. If you immediately use the grapple beam, you'll already be lined up for it. You don't have to manually line up the shot. And nothing else about this fight is different, so I'm just gonna max mash my way through it. Oh, I meant to press the flash shift button there. Oh, shit! I forget he has more health, too, than the other ones. I think their health might just go up over time, or it goes up when their actual attacks change. I'm not sure. We've now done every boss fight in the game but one. Which I guess is a spoiler, but I mean, it's pretty clear because this next room is an elevator. By the way, we've now gotten 100% of the items in Hanubia. There are only... what? 1, 2, 3. There are 3. We had 66% before getting this one. And I will head up, but after this we'll be going back. Oh god, I have the hiccups. Why do I have the hiccups? I guess it's because I chugged a Red Bull. This is a good time to point out, by the way, as we see this incredible animation that is exclusive to this one transport. It seals her in a ball and sends it up into the sky, and she's just chilling in there. So cool. So stoic. The area names have a theme that I haven't mentioned yet. Every area is a different letter. And it's all of the first 7 letters of the alphabet. Oh, Sam is just calmly gets out. That would be a terrifying ride, in my opinion. But there's Arteria, Berenia, Cataris. Why am I forgetting what's next? Dyron, Ferenia, Gavarin. Shit, I missed one. Oh my god. Let me restart. Arteria, Berenia, Cataris, Dyron, Ellen, Ferenia, Gavarin, Hanubia, and Iterash. It's all the first 7 letters of the alphabet. Like I said, it is 7, right? I'm not just being stupid. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9! It's 9. Obviously it is. Because there's... my excuse is that I'm tired, okay? My excuse is that I'm tired. First 9 letters of the alphabet. This, by the way, is the room that Ravenbeak was just in as he was watching us. After Samus used... After she showed her Metroid powers. She didn't actually use them in that scene. And now this is the final room before the final boss. And I did the same stupid thing. I keep trying to jump to Powerbomb, because I just always do that for some reason. We use a Powerbomb to blow this up, and it very coolly breaks and shows all the liquid metal. And it slowly cools. Very cool little detail that I don't usually notice, because I'm just speeding through. And now we have yet another elevator, as well as these pitfall blocks on the side. These, by the way, were Powerbomb blocks, but you never really get to see that, because this in the middle is blocking the way. Yeah, this elevator leads up to the final boss fight, so we will be doing that after we have 100% of items. I'm not sure if the amiibo items... Like, I'm pretty sure they don't count for completion. Because you can get 100% without them. And I don't think they count even if... Like, I don't think you can avoid 1 Missile Plus tank and 1 energy tank and still get 100% if you use the amiibo. You know what I mean? But I'm not certain of that. And yeah, that was... Actually, it took a little longer than I expected. 18 minutes to get up to the final boss. But that's not bad. You basically just blitz through Hanubia once you get the Wave Beam. It's supposed to be worth explaining, like... I was gonna say, like, list off the normal order, but you've already seen that. I feel like it's not necessary to describe it. But the order I do in my speedruns is quite different. I do a few sequence breaks. I don't skip Frozen Arteria, but like I've mentioned, that's a thing I'm considering adding. So I think the way I'm gonna do this is just head back, like, in as logical of an order as I can think of. So I think I'm going to go to Ferenia now, get 100%, and then probably just go to whatever exit I'm nearest. Head to either Dyron or Gavarin or wherever the light blue teleportal leads. We're at 57% in Ferenia. There's a number of things we haven't gotten. We can now get everything. And I'm going to be going point to point. I haven't gotten that? Oh, because the pitfall block there. You have to go from below to get that one. I'm really not sure how I'm going to go about this. There's nothing in the Emmy zone that we're missing. Because this would be flashing if there was an item there. And I'm not necessarily going to complete every map square. If I'm near it, then yeah, I'll be like, sure, I might as well. But it's not that big of a deal to show everything. Although I gotta say, now that I've worded it that way, I really kind of want to. But it is not necessary. Is this not breakable? Oh shit. Odd. Obviously it's not, because I used a power bomb up there. Is it gonna do this, by the way? No. Okay. I'll mention what I was thinking of here when we actually do it. But now, let's go to Ferenia. Wait, this goes to Gavarin. Sure, I'll do Gavarin, actually. I'm so indecisive. It doesn't really matter what order we go in. I want to what I'd like to do is get 100% in at least 2 areas before the end of this video, but that depends on how long it takes. But one of the main things I've been thinking about is what I want to do next on this channel. Well, next, I guess, is not hard, because I'm going to go back to doing the classic Mega Man series. I want to, at the very least, get through Mega Man and Bass, try to get through Rockman and Forte, Challenger from the Future, and then I want to do 9, 10, and 11. Other side classic stuff, I think I'll probably just do in, like, one-off videos over time. But I want to finish the main classic series, for sure. That is a major priority for me. That's cool. I just barely got down here with the speed boost, the Shine Spark in time. But other than that, I'm really unsure what I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and just mark all of the items I don't have. Yeah, I should get this first, even if this is a little bit annoying to get around to. What is the fastest way? Oh my god, that's right. That's why it's so annoying. No, actually, no. Now that I have the power bomb, I can just go straight through there. Yeah, okay. The main series that I'm sort of deciding between, I think I know what I want, and I'm not gonna confirm it. I'm not sure enough to say what I think is gonna be next. But the series I'm deciding between are basically like Zelda, Donkey Kong Country, Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, but it would just be Jak and Daxter 1, because I haven't finished any of the other games in that series. Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro. I don't think I'm forgetting anything there. The first Sly Cooper would also be cool, but that's another one where I haven't done a lot of the series. I realize I haven't actually used markers yet in this series. You have map markers. You can mark things. It's pretty convenient. I think we're only missing 3 items. Because I think we're at 73%, so each item's 7. Yeah. Ratchet and Clank would be really fun. I love the series, and most of the games I haven't played in, like, more than half a decade. So it'd be a great excuse to replay the series. By the way, you can freeze these platforms. It makes them stay notably longer. It's quite convenient. I haven't had much reason to, though, so far. Oh, nice. That's 4 of 4, so we now have 10 energy tanks. Just missing 2. I don't know if there's any more energy parts. The markers don't go away when you get to that spot, unlike in some games. If you're curious about my favorite Ratchet and Clank games, my favorite one is Rift Apart, the newest game. After that, my second favorite is the second newest game, 2016, and then it's A Crack in Time, which, like, is the third most recent full complex game. Because while I love Into the Nexus, it's really short. Is that a... No, it's not a power bomb. We just needed the cross bomb to get across here. Noise. And then after that is Up Your Arsenal, the third PS2 game, third game in the series. But I love that entire series, and I'd love to go back and play them again and get 100%, because there are, like, small things in each game that I haven't done, and a Let's Play would be a great excuse to do those things. Why am I going this way? Beyond Ratchet and Clank, I love the first Jak and Daxter game. I think it's a really underappreciated collectathon. Oh yeah, that's the only one we're missing. The only way to get back here now is this way, because that's blocked. So maybe I did figure that out? Because otherwise, I must have just thought it was really annoying to get around this area. I'm not always very smart, okay? Oh, Powerbomb's a better way to do this. I love Sly Cooper, but again, I've only played through the first game. By the way, I mentioned this, I think, prior to getting the gravity suit, you can get this with a speed boost, as well as a water bomb jump, obviously. Which we can't do anymore now that we can just move freely in water. I guess Berenia's next. That took 8 minutes, so that's not nothing. But I adore the first Sly Cooper game. That's another series I really need to play more of, because I've heard 2, 3, and Thieves in Time are really fun, and I'm really interested. I just haven't sort of had the motivation. I need to play more of Jak and Daxter series, but Jak 2 and I have a tumultuous history, okay? It's a really weird game. It's a sequel to a 3D collectathon platformer that is a GTA clone. Obviously not, it's not just that. There's more to it than that. Its gameplay is a lot more complex than just an open world crime simulator kind of game. It was just these 2 items? I think so. Oh, I should go get rid of the marker in Gavarin, or it's going to annoy me once I remember it. What did my Echo think I was saying? But it is still, in part, a GTA clone. And that really is not what I wanted after playing the first game. I am a huge fan of collectathons, and so the fact that they completely changed up the formula for the sequel to a genre that I'm not as into kind of annoyed me, and that's irrational, obviously, but that kind of thing stuck. And then, I want to go to the right. I'm gonna go ahead and, like, mark the path that I want to take. Yeah, that works. And then when I actually did play it more, I kind of hated it. And I'm not entirely sure why. Partly just, I was bad at it. And I think I was annoyed that, like, the skills I had gained from the previous game didn't carry over much. Because a big part of the combat is gunplay. And that just wasn't a thing I expected. And I wasn't very good at it. And I found the levels annoying, and I had a really hard time making progress. And I just sort of let myself get pissed off by that, and let that color my opinion of the game. I really need to play it again with a more open mind, because I think I would probably really enjoy it. Oh, this, by the way, is the light blue teleportal. Oh yeah, all teleportals now are now connected. I don't know what makes that happen. I thought I was beating the game, so now I'm a little confused. I will go to Ferenia next. So after I get this item, and this one, and if there's another one, then I'll get that one too. But I don't think so. I think there's just 2 left. Then I'll head back here and teleport around. But I think I would really enjoy it. And I've heard that Jak 3 is actually a really nice mix between the 2. And I love Jak X. I think it's a really fun racing game. Very different from CTR, but also really fun. But speaking of Crash Bandicoot, I love that series. I've beaten all the main Crash games, and it's one of my favorite franchises. I just played a little bit of Crash Team Rumble, because that just came out. I'm bummed, though, that it doesn't have any kind of single-player content, and I'm actually really annoyed that it doesn't have local. Oh, I just barely missed it. It always annoys me when games don't have local multiplayer, because, like, I have a lot less interest in playing a competitive multiplayer game if I can't easily play it with my friends. Because only one of my friends has a PS5. I know it's crossplay, so that's actually not Not a very logical complaint there. But it's just, I'm a big fan of local multiplayer, and it's gonna kill my interest when I can't do that. I do hope to play some more of it, especially because they mentioned that there's gonna be, like, temporary modes, and I hate that. I hate temporary content in any form. But I do want to experience the content. I'm bummed that at some point last year, Crash on the Run, the mobile game, got shut down, and I didn't know about that. I would have played it more if I knew that it was going to be shut down soon. Although I don't even know if they announced it before it happened. Nah, got you. Forgot about that. But it's just a real bummer, because my mantra in life is basically all things in time. So I hate when content becomes unavailable. It deeply frustrates me. What? God, you gotta be careful not to just set things right next to each other. But, so I really want to experience the content before I'm unable to. I'm probably gonna have to go get a controller cord to charge this. But it's basically my thoughts on Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. Oh, Crash Bandicoot, I didn't finish what I was saying. I'd love to Let's Play the Crash series. I'm not sure exactly how I'd do it, because I would want to cover both the originals and the remakes. But that's also like a lot, and most of the game would be the same. So I guess what I'd probably do is just the remakes first, and then come back and do the originals later? Well, then kind of do the originals first. But then there's the first Crash Bandicoot, which, unlike the sequels, I think is substantially better in the remake. I really hate the save system in Crash 1. And the fact that to get any of the gems, you have to beat the levels without dying. That's just really annoying. So, not entirely sure how I'd approach that. And I'm also just not as good at Crash as I am at Mega Man or Metroid. So it might take me a lot longer to get through the games. But it is a thing I want to do at some point. Banjo-Kazooie could be really fun. I love Banjo-Kazooie. And if I did a Let's Play on Grunty's Revenge, that would be a very under-showcased game. So that'd be quite cool. But what I think would be more exciting would be to do Spyro. While I love the Crash series, I love Spyro even more. And especially Spyro 1, 2, and 3. I like Enter the Dragonfly well enough for what it is. It is, in my opinion, a very flawed game. And beyond opinion, it's also just... it's objectively not the game they wanted. Like, they did not release the product they wanted to. They did not remotely get to finish their idea for the game. A lack of funding and support led to them only finishing 7 levels out of the, like... I think it's 9 levels out of the 27 that they had planned. Which is crazy, but that's what happened. I haven't finished A Hero's Tale, but I actually really like it so far. I never actually got to the top level of this room, because I killed him with the Shine Spark. Oh yeah, there's an orange X. They start appearing once you have the power bomb. But yeah, I need to play more of Spyro 5, if you want to call it that. And I am interested in the Legend of Spyro games. not really interested in Skylanders, but one of my friends is a big fan, so if for nothing else, then, like, based on that, I should definitely give them a genuine, honest chance. I can go up to the top left here. This opened once I killed the Emmy, and I just never came back for it. But Spyro 1, 2, and 3 are some of my favorite games of all time. Now, there's a lot of games on that list, but it doesn't change how much I love them. I can open this with a charge shot, and what does that do for me? Just connects these areas. Okay. Which now I can easily show you that's all that is. Yeah, I got all that. Yeah, I'll go up here, actually. But Spyro 1, 2, and 3, I think, are some of the best collectathons ever made. They are all incredibly fun and interesting. It's down here, right? Secret. Oh, it's this one. This one's annoying. What I recommend doing for this is bombing... Sorry, not that. What I recommend doing is bombing this, and then dropping a power bomb after a couple seconds, letting that come back. Ah! You can see my point here. But you don't want that to break. Do that. And then... Okay, I screwed up. What you want to do is clear those, then drop a power bomb, so that when those come back, the path is open to the grapple block and you can break it. After that, you can just do a power bomb here, and then do that. It's still not always easy to get in that spot, but it's not too bad. It feels weird to call them underappreciated, because lots of people love the first 3 Spyro games. They're classic. They are why that series was popular, prior to Skylanders entirely eclipsing it. But I feel like not enough people talk about them. I think Spyro 3 especially is a goddamn masterpiece. Spyro 1 is a great showcase of how simple a game can be, while also being incredibly fun and rewarding. Because it is one of the simplest collectathons ever. And it remains one of the most fun. Spyro 2 adds a ton of complexity. It is a great sequel, but I think it overdoes it on the number of collectibles, similar to certain other franchises. Namely Donkey Kong 64, but that's a different situation anyway. But it's still really fun, and the just added number of things to deal with is actually really cool. Like, coming back to it after 1 or even 3. But 3, I think, is a great middle ground between the two. And they also are just brimming with charm. They really were the showcase that Insomniac is a company to pay attention to. And Insomniac remains a phenomenal franchise. A phenomenal company that produces nothing but gems. I love that their least popular game, from what I understand, is... Well, I don't know why I'm saying from what I understand. Aside from, like, games that just... are just, like, mobile games or just small experiences, their least popular game is Fuse. What's the fastest way to get to Ellen? Because it doesn't have a teleportal. It's the green teleportal. So I should head back to the cyan one, which I can actually pretty easily get to. That's nice. Their least popular game is Fuse, which was the first I believe it was their first multi-platform game. It's basically just sort of a mediocre shooter And the reaction from fans was basically like, it's okay, and coming from Insomniac, that means it's terrible. That's basically how people treated it. Insomniac is such an incredibly consistently phenomenal studio that a sort of lackluster game feels like absolute trash in comparison. I haven't played enough Fuse to have a real opinion, and it's got some interesting ideas, so I don't want to shit-talk it too much. Their first game was Disruptor, which is a really weird Doom clone with live-action cutscenes. It's really fun and cool. I should probably Let's Play it. That'd be interesting. That's another thing a lot of people have done. But Spyro is just brimming with all the charm they've got. Obviously, I'm mostly talking about games from the platformer trio, because I heavily associate them with each other. The platformer trio is a name, I'm not sure where I first heard it, but it refers to Sucker Punch Productions, Naughty Dog, and Insomniac Games. PlayStation's 3 biggest development companies. Although maybe that's not true anymore. And I guess maybe it never was. Like, there's Sony Santa Monica, there's Media Molecule. They've got a lot of great developers, either exclusive or just longtime partners. But those 3, I think, are still their best. Though, yeah, they've got a lot of competition, like Guerrilla Games. But the 3 of them have been developing games for them for more than 2 decades. Insomniac and Naughty Dog for almost 3 decades. And they're all really consistent. I love all of Naughty Dog's games. I haven't finished The Last of Us Part 2 or Jak 2 or 3. But I've finished almost every other game they've made. Crash Team Racing is actually another one I haven't. I've gotten close, but I haven't done the last world. There's always a million things I want to do, so I get sidetracked. As I'm getting right now as I'm speaking. But Sucker Punch... So the 3 have always been associated in my mind. Insomniac and Naughty Dog especially, because like they shared a studio. They both worked out of Universal Studios at the same time. And they shared a lot of technology and like they shared a lot with each other. They were sister studios for both Crash and Spyro and Jak and Ratchet. Of course, Insomniac never stopped making Ratchet and Clank games. Whereas Sucker Punch and Naughty Dog have both entirely moved on from their first couple franchises. Sorry, I have to pause for a sec. Alright, sorry about that. My mom called me, so I was talking to her on the phone. But like I was saying, another similarity that the companies have, is that each company, for a while at least, did one series per generation. For the PlayStation era and N64, Naughty Dog made Crash, Insomniac made Spyro, and Sucker Punch made Rocket Robot on Wheels, which is a game that I have not played enough. It's a really cool little collectathon. It's on the N64, because it's before Sucker Punch got bought by Sony. And I'd love to see a re-release of it on something, but I have no idea how the ownership of that actually works. I'm not sure that's really possible. But then, for the PlayStation 2 era, they did Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper got a 4th game on the PS3 made by Sanzaru Games. And Insomniac just didn't stop making Ratchet and Clank games. But otherwise, that's how it was. And then for the PS3 era, they made Uncharted, Resistance, and Infamous. And then it sort of breaks down there because Naughty Dog made The Last of Us on PS3 as well, and then continued both of those series into the PS4 and 5. Insomniac ended Resistance on the PS3, but continued Ratchet and Clank, and then started a new series on the PS4 with Spider-Man, or the Marvel series in general, because Wolverine's also happening. And I do hope they're building their own sort of Marvel game universe. And I would love to talk about Spider-Man and Miles Morales at length. But this video is nearing its end here. I don't want to go on too long about it. I just want to finish. Presumably, Naughty Dog is working on a new IP right now. Insomniac is busy with Marvel stuff, Wolverine and Spider-Man 2. I do hope we get more Ratchet and Clank games, though. But Sucker Punch, after the PS3, they made Ghost of Tsushima on PS4, which is exceptional. I can't go back that way. Yeah, I was going the right way to get the Diamond, which is exceptional. I need to finish it. I haven't. And then they made a PS5 version of that, because Sony is really pushing PS5 remakes of PS4 games. And like, it's not a bad thing necessarily, but it does feel a little much sometimes. But I'm excited to see what they do next. Since it seems at this point they might be more interested in doing several disconnected things. But I don't know, maybe Ghost of Tsushima will get a sequel. I'd love to see another Infamous game. That's really what I want to see from them if they don't do a new IP. But that's basically it for the future of those companies as far as we know right now. But yeah, I'm interested in doing Let's Plays of basically all of those series. And then also Zelda and Donkey Kong Country. DKC especially. Not going to talk too much, but it could also just be fun to do a bunch of Rare games. Rareware, the company, I mean. But there's so much stuff and such a variety of things, including some that arguably aren't their games. It gets a little messy after the like two brothers left Ultimate, what's it called? Ultimate Play the Game to found Rare, and that company still continued making games for a bit, but like the brothers games have now been sort of retroactively considered Rare games, so it's complicated. And like, so like covering all of the games made by Rare would be kind of impossible. Or at least be very messy. But I think Donkey Kong Country would be a great place to start, just doing Rare Donkey Kong games. Ugh, I don't want to say that though, because I haven't finished Donkey Kong 64, and I don't know if I really want to like sign on to doing that, because that's intimidating as hell. Actually, I already showed the fancy way to do this, so I'll show what I did originally instead. I did this, which isn't actually that hard. I had a hard time doing it originally, but that is a totally valid other way to do that. What's left in Dairen? But I feel like at this point I might just finish this level too. We're honestly shredding this though. Yeah, I've already done all of this. So I think I'm going to go ahead and finish doing Collection. This is going to make this video a little long, but I think that's fine. It would feel a little weird to just do like, I don't know, 20 minutes of exploration and then go beat the final boss. Although at the same time, if I don't do that, the finale would be really short. Hmm. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is finish Dyren, and then I'll do Cataris and Arteria, and then end the game, and then finish the game. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I am gonna finish this area. There's not like a ton left, I don't think. There's a secret here. Got that. I think there's just a couple things, honestly. Yeah, I think there might literally just be 3 items here. Let's go. I feel like there were other games that I was talking about being interested in doing that I can't think of now, because I'm all thinking about Platformer Trio. Yeah, since this video is extended a little bit, I will talk some about Spider-Man and Miles Morales. I absolutely adore those games. By the way, we couldn't do this before because we needed the cross bomb to get across there. Now that we have that, we can do that. Not bad. But I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man and Miles Morales recently, mainly Spider-Man 1. I'm doing an ultimate run on New Game Plus. Like, I already have all the upgrades from my previous 100% run, and I'm just playing in the highest difficulty in New Game Plus, because the only trophies I have left in the game are beating New Game Plus and beating Ultimate Mode. So that'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And then there can't just be 1 left. There's more than... Yeah, right here. That's also there. So yeah, I'm gonna go do this and then run back for that. Yeah. But... And I have a New Game Plus run going in Miles Morales, but I want to finish Spider-Man 1 again, because I'm trying to like get a good understanding of the story, since Spider-Man 2 comes out in October, which is so soon. But it is one of my favorite games of all time. Again, there's a lot of those. But it's still true. And I wouldn't exactly say that for Miles Morales, but it's not like the game's not phenomenal. It's just short. That's like the only thing negative that I have to say about it, is that it's really short. It's like less than half as much game as the first game, which is fine. It's mostly a stopgap between 1 and 2. It does a great job of setting up and experimenting with Miles' powers, leading into... I couldn't tell she started Speed Boost there because I didn't see the blue before Spider-Man 2. So it's well established now. And it's clear, like, we understand how to play as Miles. I don't know why this isn't glowing. They haven't revealed it yet. I guess because I don't have to break any blocks for it? Not sure. But... And I am really excited for Spider-Man 2. For both characters and all the new suits. And the new mechanics. The symbiote stuff looks so cool. And also just like... I'm excited to see that Spider-Man get the black suit Spider-Man story a little bit. I'm sure it's going to be different than the traditional story. But that's fine. That is my favorite version of Spider-Man. I think all that's left. I might as well check up here. I think that's all that's left is that Seeker missile, the Storm missile box. And I'm also really, really excited for Wolverine. I have complete unwavering faith in Insomniac Games. And I am sure that game is going to be fucking awesome. God, it's so far away now. If I go to the yellow teleportal, I can get to the purple one, which I think will save me a little bit of time. Another thing I'm excited for that's not related to that is, I might as well just talk about games I'm excited for now, is the Indiana Jones game that Machine Games is working on. Machine Games is another studio that I love. They made the modern Wolfenstein games, as well as the 2014 expansion, the last 2 expansions actually, I think, to Quake 1, which is crazy enough that we got expansions this decade. Actually, one of them was technically the last decade. But they're a great studio. Oh, speaking of id Software stuff, I love Wolfenstein and Doom and Quake. Oh, those would also be really fun to Let's Play. That's the other thing I was thinking of, was Doom. Wolfenstein would be really cool, but I'm not like a huge fan of Wolfenstein 3D. I think it's a bit too simple and repetitive. And also it's really long, there's so many levels. But I love Doom 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what I've played of Eternal is fucking awesome. I just haven't played that much of it. I need to. I also haven't played through all of Doom 64. I played like a third of it. And that's also really cool. I just haven't spent the time to play through it. Oh, having the screw attack is really, really nice. But I would absolutely love to do Doom. I love Quake 1 and 2. I like Quake 3. I played a good bit of Quake Live, the Xbox Live Arcade port of Quake 3. And it's really fun. I just wish it had local multiplayer. Coming back to the thing I just said about Crash. Just said. That was like 20 minutes ago now. This is a fun thing, because what you want to do is do those 4, and then let go of the aim button and do that. And you got to make sure that you actually get one to that. Oh, it's fun. Yeah, there is an item here. It's just weird that it's not counted as a secret. Let's see, how does this work? I can just do this. I thought that was more complicated than that. Oh, I can just do this now. This puzzle's weird because it feels like it should be more than it is. I guess because I'm thinking of the other one. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just get to Cataris, and then that'll be the end of the video. This has been fun, just sort of rambling on about things. I have not played much of Quake 4. What I've played, my general opinion is, it's fun, but you move really slow. That's about my only complaint, is that the movement speed in the game is really low. Your running speed is like the standard walking speed in any other first-person shooter. It's very strange that they made that decision. Because it runs in the same engine, I think, as Doom 3? I have no idea why it's like that. Doom 3, I think, is a game that is wildly underappreciated. It's just not the same kind of game as Doom 1 or any of the other Doom games. They are all kind of the same idea of game, even though I think Doom 4 is not as much like the classic games as people kind of act like it is. They still feel very, very different. It's just a similar sort of action-oriented, high-energy thing. Ooh, my controller is dead. Just a moment. I could have paused for this, I guess, but it's not going to take me long. I have a charge cord right here. I feel old when I say charge cord. I have a USB-C cable that'll work for this. There we go. That really threw me off. What does this do? What is the purpose of breaking this? It's just, oh, to get back here, because it's pitfall blocks otherwise. Got you. But if you just accept that Doom 3 isn't the same kind of game, it's ridiculously fun. Like, it's one of my favorite survival horror games. And it just makes me sad that people don't love it. Some people do, but it's generally underappreciated by the Doom fan base. And I love it so much. I wanted to finish Doom 64 before I played Eternal, is why I waited. I played a little bit of Eternal the first couple hours, and it's already really, really cool, and I think an improvement from Doom 4 already, which I know I should call Doom 2016, because it's not the same as the Doom 4 that was in development before, and it's not the same kind of thing as 3, so it feels weird, but Doom 4 is just faster. I love the other Wolfenstein games, though, by the way. I love Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I love all the modern games, except I haven't really played enough of Youngblood to say I love it. And I like Wolfenstein 2009. That's another game I need to finish that I haven't. But, yeah, I've mostly explored the thoughts that I've had here. I'm excited to move on to something new after this, as much as I'm loving this series. Yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.